Marcus, it's been quite an up and down couple of weeks at Carrington. In terms of that Villarreal win, how much was that needed?
I think it's obvious that it's needed. You know, leading up to that game was obviously difficult for us. We was already in a difficult patch, and then with Ole leaving, it makes things even more trickier. But one of the things that Ole always said to us was, when you're on the pitch, stick together. And that performance against Villarreal was that, I think. And we found a way to win the game.
Going back to the previous game, the Watford game, Bruno on the pitch afterwards was speaking to the fans and saying, "Don't blame Ole, blame us." Is that a moment where you've looked at yourselves and you do take some responsibility in what happened after that game?
Yeah, you have to. I think any athlete that has desire to win in a team sport, you don't win on your own, and you don't lose on your own. And the manager and the staff are part of our collective, so it doesn't make sense to be shouting at one man. Bruno's spot on there, but as soon as a club like Man United lose, it starts to be this person's fault or this person's fault. It's the price you pay for playing for such a big club.
And Ole was the one that lost his job. He paid the ultimate price. Afterwards, were there any conversations around it? Was there any guilt from the players?
I think inside you feel guilty because everybody has a role to play when you're on the pitch. Our aim for every game is to win. If we're not getting the wins and we're not getting the results that we need, it's going to be the manager that's at risk. The way I see it, the players are at risk as well, because it's a big club who have the chance to sign big players that will do the job.
Did Ole speak to you guys individually or as a group on his way out?
Yeah, both actually. Individually and around breakfast time, and then we had a meeting before we went out to train, which was very different, to be honest with you, because I've been here when managers have left and they just pack the stuff and go out the door. But again, it shows how good of a person he is, how much the club means to him. And I think Ole knows he'll always be a legend of this club, and the players that are here now respect him 100%. You know, the way it started, the position that he brought us to, we was close a couple of times to winning big trophies, and we always seem to just fall short. I think if them moments go our way sometimes, maybe we would have had more time. But you know, it's football. Things happen. You can only move on from it, and even though it's difficult, you have to find a way to move on.
Is it difficult to have a period of time where you've said goodbye to one manager, you have an interim manager, potentially you might have another interim manager before the actual manager? How unsettling is that? Yeah,
it's a bit. It can be unsettling if you think about it. Like, for me, I'm not thinking about that. I'm just thinking about the next game and working with Carros and Kieran, the coaching staff, and what can we do to win the next game. That's what's important, and that's all we can focus on.